Arcane Odyssey could have been so much better. Look, I'm not gonna lie, Arcane Odyssey was an amazing game. I don't care what anybody else says on this, because they really did do well, and it changed what we normally get on Roblox. The game had an extreme level of detail in the gameplay and an unbelievable amount of world building, a plethora of different builds, and a whole lot more. But let's be honest, there were a couple of weak points that the game couldn't recover from. Like, first off, I'm all about looks. What was the character designs? Look, I love making good characters, bro. I just do. But that customization removed all access to having drip. I absolutely would have preferred to just have regular Roblox characters, and that is crazy. Okay, I might have lied there, kinda. But there was no effort put into the character customization. I would have I wouldn't have played the game just because of that if I didn't already have ties with the franchise. Hey, but that's my opinion though. Next, the combat was mid, and it's like VTech tried to make a more engaging version of Blox Fruit's combat, and well, they missed the mark, or he missed the mark. In my opinion, it wasn't that bad, but others, they have a lot to say, and I do feel like the combat was one of the weakest points of the game. Like, with all the different like systems and layers to the combat, I felt like Vtex was in the studio, he was cooking. He had to be cooking, and then he put down the spatula. Bro was sitting in the back like, you know what? This is good enough. They'll love this. This is great. Didn't even put the seasoning on it, man. When I tasted the combat, it felt like it was half done. Like they tried to incorporate M1s and skill spam, and they just narrowly missed the mark. Like, it was like, I don't think you guys actually played or actually thought about the combat that much, because if you played through it enough, you notice things that are just so weird with it. And it's not the good type of weird, because most players would much rather just play like they're playing Blox Fruits instead of actually being rewarded for using the game systems and becoming good at it. The bag was fumbled. That's all I have to say about that. The bag was fumbled. Next, the game's optimization is just it's just stinky, bro. It sucks. It sucks. I was in the game a couple days ago on console, and I've played it with multiple different systems, and the game, I couldn't even walk forward on some of it without lagging 3-4 different times in one step. I'm just saying, even if I'm lagging on these horrible systems, I should at least be able to move forward, bro. And you know what? I get it. The game is huge, and maybe it is hard to try and optimize it, but for a game of this size and quality, there is no reason it should be this laggy on any device. My expectations might have been a bit too high, but hey, I guess it is what it is. Alright, I've talked about this in a couple of vids now, but why on God's green earth did this game not have game modes? First off, you have an open world that is huge, and the server size isn't all that big. Players on Roblox love game modes, and it would have helped the game to connect, for players to be able to connect to other players a bit more than just finding each other in the world and duking it out. Because you can't really find other players unless they're actively searching for you as well. And I will say this, the PvE in Arcane Odyssey was amazing. It really did make up for this really horrible point of the game, but it can only make up for it so much, because PvE and player versus player, they are different. They're on different spectrums, if you know what I mean. They're on different spectrums. A lot of players want to fight players. They want to test their skills with players, not NPC. And you know, that's a bit hypocritical, because I've talked about in a couple videos now how a lot of games only focus on PvP and never focus on PvE. This game is the complete opposite. It is the complete opposite. They only focus on PvE, which is amazing because the PvE in this game is rivaling Deep Woken's, probably even better in my opinion, because I know a lot of people might crucify me for saying that, but it is. And the PvP it falls flat on its face. And that might have been my GPO player talking. But next, now somebody tell me why you haven't subscribed and liked yet. But real talk, tell me why the Dark Sea update wasn't the first to release. The Dark Sea update was the only thing people were looking forward to, and it released months after when people were demanding it. And this update released after the player count went under 10k. That was diabolical. I know game developing might be or might not be very easy or anything, but hey, I do it myself, and come on, bro. Back to fumbling is insane because the game is actually good. There are tons of things it did right. And in my opinion, the game pushed the boundaries of what Roblox games are supposed to be like. Deep Woken did the same. And a couple of other games have promised to do the same as well, but still haven't released. Arcane Odyssey captured lightning in a bottle with innovation. Like I said earlier, there were so many different builds. I don't believe anyone still, up till this point, has played everything. The customization is insane besides from the characters, but let's not forget the lore. VTech took the time to build up a whole franchise with intricate lore, which not many other Roblox games have the dedication to commit to. Arcane Odyssey deserved better. VTech is an amazing developer, and I genuinely believe the game should have gotten more love from the player base. But you know what else? Paradox fumbled harder than any other game we've seen in a while. Watch my next video to see how and why. But Kasai chose out.